Okay, for our last activity today, we're going to talk about add-ons as they apply to sheets and to documents rather than adding a whole new app on. There are some actually pretty cool add-on tools you can add just to docs and just to sheets. So in order to add an add-on to docs, I have a test document open here. I go to add-ons and I click get add-ons. I want to show you about two in this video. The first one I want to show you is called track changes. So I'm going to click on the plus free and I'll watch that get installed after I apply it. And what track changes does is, we all know that in Google Docs you can, when you share a document with someone, you can allow them to change it, to give them authority to change it and whatnot. But what happens is in classes oftentimes people lose track of what changes they made and what changes got made by their classmates, and a lot of times they want to undo the changes, and sometimes you even have some jokers in your class that just start to change documents because they think it's funny. Track changes is going to help that. So what track changes does when I open the side window is, after I share it with somebody, it's going to show me in this window over here who changed what. But since I haven't shared it with anybody yet, it's really not worth looking at. We're going to do that later. So I'm going to add another add-on now. The add-on I'm going to add on now is called Workflow. Now what Workflow is, and I'll get it usually on the front page. If I can't find it, I will just search add-ons. It's called Workflow. Workflows, there it is. I hit plus. It says it's a business tool, and what it was really made for is if you wanted to get your boss's approval on a document before you send it out, or you needed approval from legal or anything like that, you would send it to them, and then you would get confirmation when they read it and approved it, and you wouldn't have to go through email or anything like that. But what it really works well for classes is, when you do this on classes, you can have students peer review each other's work, you can have students check somebody else and they can approve it, and you know that you'll have, say, 3 other classmates have looked at this before it gets turned into the teacher. So it really adds a layer of of authenticity. It lets the students make sure their work is right before they turn it in. But like I said, neither of those things are going to work well until I share it with somebody. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to invite people. I'm going to make it so they can edit. They have to be able to edit it in order for either of these to work. I'm going to share it with not that one. I'm going to share it with Andrea here. This is the person I'm going to share it with. And then we're going to send it. Okay, so after, I'm going to show you what it looks like after that person has a chance to take a look at it and make some edits. So at this point now, my collaborator has had a chance to look at this and has made some changes. I'm looking at these changes, and I'm not sure, just by looking at this document, what got changed, when it got changed, or if I want to keep that change or not. So I can go to add-ons, and I want to go to show track changes. And that's going to give me a pane over here that shows me the changes. Now in this particular document, I've only shared it with one person, and therefore that one person is the only one who could make any changes. It'll be up in a minute. Okay, so we can look over here on the side. I can see they changed a bunch of things in here. They changed, it looks like they changed London to Ottawa. Looks like they took out some stuff, they put in some other stuff, they changed some things. If I like those changes, I can click check. If I don't like those changes, I click X. I don't like this first change, changing London to Ottawa, because this story did not take place in Ottawa, so I'm going to reject that change. And I'll keep the other changes. And you can see over here, it goes back to what it was before. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at and see if I can get approval for my document. So I go to workflows. This is the one that's going to show me the approval or the non-approval. So before I can get the approval, I have to add an email. So I'm going to add the same person I shared with before. I'm going to add them, and I'm going to give them a message, and I'm going to request their approval. Okay, once I'm over here, I can just sit here and wait, and it's going to show me when that person looked at the document and when that person approves the document. So we can see that the reviewer has looked at the document, and now we can just sit here and with this pane open and wait for their approval. it should be coming any minute now because we hit it on the other computer. So we're waiting for approval status. And there it is. And all at the same time, I got this approval status here. I also got an email telling me that I have my document approved, and that's how that will work. So you could use this in your classes, like I said, for collaborative checking of work. They have to get their work approved by another student before they turn it in. I really like to track changes aspect because that does happen a lot where changes need to be undone or changes need to be approved. I find it really works well in classes. So you're going to go ahead and now look and see if you can find your own add-ons that you think will help enhance the product of both docs or of sheets.